Hello everyone, are you all okay? I'm Eddie Kleber, and in this video, I'm going to show you the 5 best color combinations for you to paint the facade of your house. Well guys, I picked out some color combinations from various palettes for you here. Okay, it's not just from one palette, no, it's so we can have a variety of colors here and give you some options, alright? These are facades from my own projects, okay? They were clients who asked me to do this project, this update to the paint on the facade of their houses. And these combinations are nothing more than some colors that we use, right? To complement each other and make a beautiful and perfect combination. And it can serve as an example for you, which I'm going to show you right now. Let's go guys, take a look at this facade here. Here it is, this is the before of the facade. This townhouse has this yellowish paint, really faded with a white gate, really old-fashioned, right? And now look at how it turned out. After we updated the project, what I did here, what I proposed to my client. Regarding colors, first let's use them. He told me at the time, right, when we did this project, he said, look, I like shades of gray, you know, but I don't want to make the facade of my house too dark. So what did I do? I said, well, the gate usually, right? Especially since it's made of steel, right? Iron, there is a material that gets dirty a lot throughout the day. So I used a darker color on the gate, which is silver, beige. It's in the gray palette, okay? On the facade, we use retro photo gray, which is a lighter shade of gray compared to silver beige. All right, so what did we do here? I removed that strong yellow that was on the facade of his house, used a darker shade of gray on the gate, and the rest is retro photo gray. He told me the following, look, I don't want to make my facade too dark, okay? I like shades of gray. I know there are light, medium, and dark grays. I don't want it too dark, just something in between. I said, look, here it is. This suggestion of mine for a color combination could also be here, just like it is in the project. A white on the ceiling, you know, on that part where the upper part is, right? The first floor extends forward, that little ceiling. There, it can be white, those sides of the gate too, there. It can also be white up there on the roof. You could even paint it with beige silver, right? To give it a little highlight. So it doesn't all look retro. You can use beige silver on the gate and some other details too with beige silver, which looks really cool, looks really nice. This is my first combination in shades of gray. For those of you who like these colors, you can use this project of mine as an example, this update of my client's facade. These colors here, our second combination, might work for you too. Look, how cool is that? Really out of this world, right guys? And I'll even tell you that here we have 2 options, one in shades of gray and another in shades of beige. But this shade of gray, look, let's go. First, let's talk about this facade, right? It's beginning here. Notice that it's an old facade, it's dirty, it's unfinished. There are 2 gates, there's a glass window over there. It's nice and all, it's a townhouse, a big townhouse, right? Yeah, and it even has a nice look. So is it just missing the paint? The first suggestion I made was a more concrete tone, contemporary, more free, right? A cleaner, more minimalist facade in a concrete tone, a concrete gray, like the photo you're seeing there. However, I don't want to put too much emphasis on this shade of gray in the concrete because the client asked me to, okay, in this project. He prefers beige tones, okay? I say combining a beige tone with a black tone, I say it definitely works. And now comes my suggestion for colors here on my client's facade with the beige tones. All right, let's go. First, what I did was put both gates in black, okay, so we can have a nice highlight as well. Second, the predominant color, as I always tell you here on the channel when I bring videos talking about colors for the exterior of your house. The predominant color can't be too light or too dark, it has to be somewhere in the middle, which was the one I chose. Silky paper is a shade of brown, a light beige there, silky paper. Notice that it is the predominant color. And then in the division between the ground floor and the upper part where those unfinished bricks were, we added some vegetation, which gave it a nice touch. And in the division between the ground floor and the upper floor, we put one. It's not a texture, it's polished concrete in the color Old Road. Okay, all these colors here, they complement each other, they match. Okay, there's nothing here that you would say like this: man, this doesn't look good, this is really weird, this is very different. These are colors that complement each other, these are combinations that work. Painting the front of your house, that's right, and that was my final proposal. We had done the shades of gray, he liked it, enjoyed it, but he said he wanted the shades of beige. Here is a second option for color combinations. For those of you who have a townhouse at home, have a similar facade, this serves as an example for you who also like shades of beige. So you must be wondering, hey Ed, do you only do townhouse projects, right, with ground and upper floors? No, I don't, I really don't. Take a look at this example here now. This is a very simple house. This client here is from the Northeast. He sent me the photo and said this: Ed, I have the facade here. Can you give me any suggestions? Can you update the facade of my house? But I can't afford to renovate everything, like changing or removing the window or door. I said, calm down, don't worry. Look at how the facade of his house looks now. What did I do in the transformation of his house's facade? I used a medium to dark brown shade, which is the chestnut color that's on that steel door and also on the smaller gate, the social one, and on the railing. And the predominant color of the facade is fresh cream, which is a very light, soft, and calm beige tone for you to use on your facade and in the photo. When the facade was older, the base of the wall was always marked and stained by rain and more. Because of the lack of a roof gutter, I suggested in the project that you put a small gutter there to avoid this kind of problem and add some vegetation. Let's give a little life, a touch of green to your facade, and look how it turned out, okay? The roof is the same, it was just washed, really just cleaned with a machine to clean the roof, and then painted with some kind of resin, right? To protect the roof too. And just two colors, right? Brown, which is a nice medium shade of brown, and fresh cream, which is a very light color. It doesn't even look like the same facade. There's a floor on the sidewalk, all white, with a tile covering on that wall and white gates. Look at the transformation I made to this facade. You're going to enjoy it and like it. Take a look. We kept the white, okay, up there on the social gate in vertical details where there used to be that tile with an old-fashioned kind of decoration. We renovated it, right? I suggested it to him and said, hey, let's remove this coating since it's sensitive and out of sync with your facade. Let's put in a new coating, but this time one that imitates wood. And what's the highlight of this facade here to bring some life to it? The green that we call ocean floor, this cool, beautiful shade of green with black details in the green area, okay? So we're basically working with 4 colors here. I'll be honest with you, I don't like to use too many colors on the facade. However, here, if you notice, there are 2 colors that are neutral, white. As I've told you many times here on the channel, white. It's a neutral color, especially for use on the ceiling, okay? Black is also a neutral color as long as you use it the way it's shown here. Look, in details, that's right, just trims, just details on your facade, not painting an entire wall. Otherwise, it will draw too much attention. But then what did I bring here? I thought, well, I'll leave a modern, clean facade, but with a highlight. I mentioned this gorgeous green that I really like, this ocean deep color. Here, the natural oak, which is the name of this wood-like coating, this porcelain tile that imitates wood. Over there, black for details and white is also predominant there, a cool transformation. There's also the matter of the flooring, right? There on his house's sidewalk, which used to be more beige, now it's gray. I suggested this to him too, especially because you might say to me, hey Ed, but well, it's going to be a good investment. He'll have to change the wall and floor coverings. There's a detail. Why did I do this here? Because this client from this house told me the following. My floor out here is that shiny kind, the one that gets dangerous when it rains. When the installation was done here, I wasn't aware of it at the time. I said, so let's remove this floor and put in a floor that gives you some abrasion, that gives you some grip when the floor is wet. It should be a satin finish, non-slip, something like that. Especially for the outside area of your house, it needs to be an outdoor floor, porcelain outdoor, that provides safety for people to walk on. That's why we also changed the sidewalk floor there, but it turned out great, right guys? The facade turned out really modern, really contemporary, and with beautiful current colors. And now our last suggestion, I've already shown you here. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4 color suggestions. And now I want to show you the fifth. Right now, take a look at this mini building. It has the ground floor, first and second floors. Look at how it is, a completely unfinished facade, painted white only halfway up, and it's missing finishing touches there. The client, at the time he built it, he didn't pay much attention to painting. So I said, look, let's do a nice paint job, including this building you're seeing here. Look, this is a project from the foundation up to now. The final stage, it's mine. This project here, I did the structural design, I did the interior design, I did the aesthetics project. It's a corner, right, kind of curved, where he wanted commercial spaces on the ground floor and in the middle part upstairs, mini apartments for him to rent out. So from the beginning, from the earth moving here of this building, it was me who did the original project from the start up to now, and it turned out like this. Here, as you can see, there are some shades of gray with black on the facade of my client's building here. So what do I want to highlight for you? I have on the ground floor the black from the gates, the steel doors, on the facade in the division between the ground floor and the middle there, right, the first floor. We have the little fascia there with the color black aventurine hazelnut, pay attention, the black on the steel doors, the little black aventurine fascia, and the rest. We have silver feather, okay, which is also a really nice shade of gray, and it's not flashy. It's not that very dark color compared to aventurine. It's a very calm color from medium to light. Here in the 3D, it's not showing, maybe because there's a bit of shadow, but these ceilings here of these overhanging fascias are white, okay? So we have the white of the ceilings, we have the silver feather, which is the predominant color, and we have the black aventurine for that first fascia down there, okay? Regarding the ground floor with the steel doors in black, it's a facade that also turned out very beautiful. He wanted shades of gray. We made the update, and it's a project that turned out simply amazing. Let's talk about this mini building here. It's 2 stories from our client. So notice 5 color combinations for you to use on your house's facade. You always ask me here on the channel, whenever I bring videos, I always bring content for you. Speaking of colors, look at this color, it's really trending, and look at this other color here, it's really beautiful. It's going to be a trend for next year. I always tell you this, I always bring you content about this kind of topic here, and you always ask me, right? You say things like this. And what about the combination? What's the second color that matches? What's the third color? Can I use black? Can I use white, beige? What's the other color? Here are 5 perfect combinations for you to paint the front of your house. Pick one combination here and I'll tell you even more. There are only 5 combinations. And they're really going to help you a lot in choosing the colors to paint the front of your house. If you already like these colors, these combinations that I showed you here, you're simply going to love this ebook I have here. All right, the link is down here. Click it, get it, and come paint the front of your house with beautiful modern colors. I'm sure you're going to love it, okay? If you've made it this far with me in this video and you're not subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel, like this video, okay? Leave your like and also leave your comment. Out of these 5 that you saw here with me, which one would you use on the front of your house, all right? A hug, see you in the next video.